One of my favorite singers is someone that many of you may know of. She had a starring role in White Christmas. She had a lucrative recording career. In White Christmas, not only did she sing with Bing as his love interest, but she had the lead as the older sister in the sisters part. You may remember some of her other songs, like Que Sera, Sera. Who am I talking about? Rosemary Clooney. Rosemary had another song. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. I'm going to give you everything. Well, that song wasn't played in my house after my grandmother heard it. She didn't like what everything implied. But it has some relevance to what happens here today in our gospel. Because we hear that the Lord is coming to someone's house. And house means many different things. This is considered a house of worship. We each live in a house or an apartment, which we call a home. In a broader sense, we have our house that we belong to, our family structure that we can trace our lineage back through. Royalty make a big thing about their houses. But there's also the house that is this physical body of ours. And it is the house and the home of our immortal souls. As you heard in the gospel, Zacchaeus wanted to see the Lord, and he couldn't because of the crowd. Now, as the story goes, and as the old Bible Sunday school thing is, Zacchaeus was a wee little man was he. Now, a man's stature, be it man or woman, he's being belittled. And why? Because he's a tax collector. And the crowds kept him out so that he couldn't get a good glimpse of the Lord. He couldn't come to an understanding of who Jesus Christ is. Is that not what happens to us as well? And sometimes it's not others that are putting us down. Sometimes we ourselves put ourselves down and talk about our own unworthiness. And true indeed, we are unworthy. There is nothing that we can do that merits God's grace. We cannot buy heaven for ourselves. That gift of His grace is free, freely given. His love, freely given. And the Lord knows what's in each of our hearts. The Lord knew what Zacchaeus wanted. He calls him down out of that tree to his side. This day I will come to your house. Jesus speaks those same words to each one of us at this moment. Jesus wants to come to your house, your physical being. He wants to be part of you. He asks nothing in return. Though, as you see in Zacchaeus' case, the Lord arrives, and Zacchaeus shows his generous heart, his willingness to make amends for anything that he has done is wrong to someone else. Should not our attitudes be the same? At the beginning of this Mass, we recalled our loved ones who have gone before us, marked with the sign of faith. They join with the saints and angels in beckoning and praying that we will follow with them. And Jesus stands at their forefront, inviting you to open the heart of yourself to him, to let him in. And as you do so, consider what your response will be. Will it be, yes, Lord, come, live in me today. Live in me today. As our Mass continues and we come to Eucharist, remember it is not me that invites you to the table of the Lord. It is not the deacon. It is Jesus who bids you to come, eat, and drink, to let him into your home, into your soul, so that he may dwell there with you, and to give you the grace and the strength to not only be a follower, but to be an apostle, to take his word and to go from this place and to tell others what Jesus has done for you, as he did for Zacchaeus.